for buying stuff on what? Black Friday. How much effort people put in. So why not a little bit of effort for God realization? Swami Ramakrishna used to say to young college boys, they would work very hard for examinations in Calcutta in those days, and he would tell them, with less effort than this, you can realize God. But that some effort is necessary. Because that signals to God that you want it. That also shows us that I want it.
But isn't grace also a concept from Nirguna Brahman as part of the bliss?
Isn't grace also?
I mean, grace also, like you said, Saguna Brahman.
Yes.
But isn't it also relevant to Nirguna Brahman as the concept that comes out of the bliss
really.
aspect?
Nirguna Brahman is only one non-dual Brahman. Who will be gracious to whom?
But the bliss aspect of it?
Yes, in that sense you can say. But the bliss is the Swarupa of Nirguna Brahman. It is Nirguna Brahman. It is Ananda. It is Nirguna Brahman. It's the absolute. And there's no second reality apart from it. Yes. Anybody else have a question? I'll come to you. The lady there, can you? You have to be aggressive about raising your hand so that they see you. And
Namaste Swamiji. My name is Rashmi, and thank you so much for these talks. I was curious about the feeling of enlightenment. I was curious if you could speak to what the embodied sense of, you talked about visualization earlier, so the embodied sense of enlightenment, what would that feel like, look like, smell like, taste like?
The embodied sense of enlightenment. You have to ask an enlightened person that, who embodies enlightenment. I can only tell you what the texts tell us. But before we go there, one more thing I wanted to add. One of these texts of radical non-dualism, which is Avadhuta Gita, the Gita of the Avadhuta, the song of the Avadhuta, which is equal to the Ashtavakra Gita in its soaring non-dualism. But the first verse of that, Ishvara Anugraha Deva Pumsam Advaita Vasana, it is the special grace of God that you have this taste for non-duality. Or in our terms, it's a special grace of Saguna Brahman that you have this taste for Nirguna Brahman. I was once wandering in the Himalayas, I was looking for non-dual monks, non-dual teachers, or teachers of non-duality. So I found some of them. One of them is living in a place called Swargashram on the bank of the Ganga in Rishikesh, in a little cottage. They said you can go there if you want, you can go and ask him. But be careful, don't mention God. He gets very annoyed if you mention God. He doesn't like God. So it's Brahman. I am Brahman, you have to realize non-duality. He's not at all devotionally inclined. He gets irritated. So I went there, and I was not very inspired, let us say, by him, because I found him to be a little bit of a bitter old man. But I still remember what he told me. When I asked him a question about non-duality, of course he was happy. He recited this verse, Ishvara Anugraha Deva Pumsam Advaita Vasana, that men have the desire for non-dual realization. That is the special grace of God. So he's not entirely against God.